This life I have, this ain't really the way it's supposed to go. This is an exceptional gift from God. This is an amazing amount of grace and favor he done gave me. So, I mean, why not? I can't take credit for none of this. I really can't. I mean, look, I work hard, but really, everybody work hard. My biggest influence, my father was very funny. I used to love listening to him tell jokes when he was barbecuing. But the guy for me was Richard Pryor. That was the guy. It was just nobody. He was just with a microphone. It's a hard business, man. You got a mic stand, a spotlight, a bar stool, and a glass of water. That's my office. And I turned it into by the grace of God, I turned it into a massive career. That was one of the best things I ever did in my life. I took a chance. I just jumped. I tell everybody, at one point in your life, you're gonna have to jump. You just gotta go. You gotta go. You cannot play it safe your whole life. You know, ships are safe when they're in port, right? A ship is safe in port, but that ain't what ships is built for. You're built to sail. You're built to be in rough water. You're built to go far away places. You are not built to stay in port. If your job is your port, now if it's the job of your dreams, that's one thing, but if you don't like your job, you just staying in port because it's safe, you're not built for that. You're a ship. You're built to sail. You're built for troubled waters. You just need God on the boat with you. That's all you need. And you go on about your business and live your life and be free. You know, that's the thing. You have to take chances, man. If you play it safe, it's not a good life. Safe is not a good life. You got to take risk, man. You got to get out there and get treacherous. And eventually God, he smooths the water out for you. You make a little bit of money, you'll be all right, you know. But before you die, you should take a chance. Before you leave this world, you should take a chance. This life I have, this ain't really the way it's supposed to go. This is an exceptional gift from God. This is an amazing amount of grace and favor he done gave me. So, I mean, why not? I can't take credit for none of this. I really can't. I mean, look, I work hard, but really, everybody work hard. This is favor, man. God just did me a real solid. This is a lot of favor, man. He just let a dream come true, man. He just allowed me for a dream to come true. Now, faith without works is dead. You gotta work. I do work extremely hard, but that don't mean I'm supposed to be this. You know what I mean? Like people always say, man, did you always see this happening? No. How could I saw this happening? I didn't even know this existed. I had no concept of this. All I really wanted, man, after I got started, I just wanted to be one of the premier stand-ups in the country. When the Kings of Comedy came out, I was good. I thought I had arrived. I said, man, thank you, Lord, that's it. I had no idea what he was really gonna do to me. I had no idea what he'd do for me. Please prepare for this process to continue the rest of your life. There are nothing but difficulties in achieving your goal. Listen, folks, success is hard. It's really hard. We just need to get that part straight. Success is hard. But I got news for you. Having lived in a car for 3 years, being not successful is hard too. Now here's the difference between the two hards. Being not successful and hard and trying to become successful and hard. When you are not successful and hard, there are no options. You can't decide where you're going to dinner. You can't decide if you're going to buy a pair of shoes. You can't decide if you're going on vacation. You can't decide what you're going to eat. Your don't have options. On the road to success, it's hard, but it creates options for you. It does. Look, see, people get hung up on the fact that I'm not a millionaire yet. But hold up, man. There's joy in the journey. See, on your way to becoming a millionaire, how about if you celebrate making $50,000 a year. Don't you remember when you didn't have that? Then when you get $100,000, there's another celebration. Because guess what? It's 2 times more than 50. You make $150,000, there's another celebration. See, there's joy in the journey. But people get bogged down with, I ain't a millionaire yet, and they remain unhappy. And now you block all the rest of the blessings God got for you. Because God, the more you're grateful, the more he gives you to be grateful for. So now, God gives you 150, you got your lips stuck out. Why would he give you some more stuff not to be grateful for? My younger self, in my 20s, if I had just kept my foot on the gas pedal in my 20s, I spent all of my 30s making up for all the mistakes I made in my 20s. I spent all of my 40s being what I could have been in my 30s. That's what I would tell my 20-year-old self, if I could just keep my foot on the gas. Because when you're 20, man, you just think it's all good. Nah, man. Them 20s are some important years. You know, I messed my credit up in the 20s. I did a lot of 20s that I paid for dearly. I could change that. But then again, at the same time, I needed everything in my life to happen in the exact order that it happened in order for me to be who I am today. And that's the thing that you have to remember, that God is processing you. Everything that's happening to you now, it's just the process. God is going to give you everything you ask for if you keep the faith. But you have to keep the faith. If you keep the faith, you are going to get everything you ask for at an appointed time. But you got to stay faithful so you can get to the appointed time. Most people give up long before the appointed time. You're going to get everything plus some stuff you never even asked for if you keep the faith. That's what you have to do. If you do that, man, I can't even tell you what he'll do for you. Because he took me way past where I thought I wanted to go. I thought when I was Kings of Comedy, I thought that was it. That's all I ever wanted to do, be one of the premier stand-ups in the country. Kings of Comedy hit. We toured for 4 or 5 years, man. Oh, we made money. We were the premier stand-ups on earth. Nobody was bigger than us. I thought that was it. I had no idea what God was going to do for me. No idea, man. Wow. See, you have to keep going because you just don't know when God is going to flip the switch. And he can't tell you when he's going to flip the switch because it would destroy the one thing that he requires from you, faith. See, if you knew when it was going to happen, it wouldn't require faith. It would just take patience. But faith is the belief in things that you cannot see. You have to understand on your road to success that you just have to keep believing in this thing that you can't clearly see. Nothing you want is going to happen in your timing. It almost never does. I said, come on, God, man, I've been trying to make this dream come true. You done left me out here like this. See, when you ask God for something, he boxes it up and he ships it immediately. But you have to remain on Faith Street in order to receive the gift. And I was crying so hard that he just said, I didn't like hear a voice or nothing, but he spoke to me in Harvey. He said, if you get up, I'm gonna take you places you ain't never been. You can't move over on the I Doubted Boulevard. He don't ship packages to I Doubted Boulevard. He only ship packages to Faith Street. Now I was finna quit, so I got in my car, I went to a payphone. He said, hey Steve, this is Chuck Sutton with Showtime at the Apollo. We saw a tape of you, you're very funny. If you could get here Sunday night, we'd love to put you on television. Quit tripping. The road to success is always under construction. I got $35. How I'm gonna get to New York? I was determined. I was determined to be something. Before I hit the button, I heard, doop, you have another message. I listened to the second message. It said, Steve Harvey, this is Tom Sobel from the Comedy Caravan. This was a Thursday. He said, I have a gig in Jacksonville, Florida on Friday night that pays $150. If you can get there Friday night, you'll make $150. Name one time God ever let you down. Name one situation he didn't bring you through. Everything you've ever gone through, God got you through it. You didn't even realize it. He just got you through it. So I drive to Jacksonville, Florida, and that night I made the 150. The club owner said, man, you funnier than the guy we hired. If you stay tomorrow night, I'm gonna give you another $150. So now I got $300 now. So everything you ask God for, it comes in a process. It's going to happen. Got to the Apollo. The Apollo, man, they went crazy. They lost their mind. I got a standing ovation, man. I used to always imagine myself in front of 10,000 people. Man, I'm one of the original kings of comedy, man. So you have to stay. You have to stay in the process and complete the fall. You're gonna get cut up on the rocks. You're gonna get your skin toe up, but I'm here. You know, I got through it. You're gonna get through it. He's never too late. At your worst moment, look, man, it ain't over. It ain't over. Ain't no such a thing as over. As long as God wakes you up, that means he ain't through with you yet. And if he wakes you up, you got a shot to correct it and get it right. When they told me I had to be in New York, I saw no way I could get there. But that God, though, he make the phone ring. I end up in Florida, I make $300. Then I go to New York, I make $750. I almost got $1,000. He done got you past whatever it was. Whatever it was that's been on you, he done really brought you through it. You have to know that God got you some kind of way. God is in your imagination. He ain't in your paycheck. He ain't in your current set of situations. God is in your imagination. I imagined at 10 I would be on TV. Now, I didn't get there till I was 38, but I got there. Do you know all the stuff you've imagined was really God just showing you a preview of a coming attraction he has for you? You got to chase that dream before you die, man. You should go and live your dream. Just go see, because God equipped you the moment he gave birth to you. God equipped you at birth with what you needed. He gave all of you a gift, all of you. Every last one of you, you're gifted. God made you with a gift at birth. All of you are gifted people. God never created a soul without giving them a gift. All of you sitting in here were given a gift at birth. He put it inside you. You ain't got to look under the ocean. It ain't on a mountain. It ain't under no rocks. He put it in you at birth. He gave you a gift. It is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your God-given gift. That's the thing you should pursue. But if I had listened to my mother, who was saved and a Christian and a Sunday school teacher, if I had listened to her, I wouldn't have quit my job. All my brothers, everybody told me, you can't go be no comedian. I left anyway. I won amateur night on October 8th, 1985. I won $50. I went to work the next day, October 9th, 1985. Quit my job. Everybody in my neighborhood called me a fool. I send planes, pick all of them up, take them to shows. And if you're bold enough to chase the dream, he'll get you through the journey. You just can't quit in the middle of the journey, because he know you're chasing dreams. God didn't make your dream come true business. That's real talk. I kid you not. You looking at somebody living his dream because God made it happen for him. That's real. I realized after the 9th grade, I should have put their ass in Martin Luther King Junior High. Should have put their little punk ass in a public school so they could feel some of the stuff I felt. I tell you what's hard, because every parent wants their children to have a better life than the one they had. So you try to create a lifestyle that was better than the one you had. I did the same thing. The problem is, when you create that, you enable them. Because in that better lifestyle, you try to protect them from some of the pitfalls and stuff you had to go through. Like my kids, none of my kids grew up like me. My kids have always had their own room. They've all had a bathroom in their room, that type of so what the They didn't get in fights at school. They wore uniforms. It'd been little punk-ass private schools. I realized after the 9th grade, I should have put their ass in Martin Luther King Junior High. Should have put their little punk ass in a public school so they could feel some of the stuff I felt. Nothing educates you than somebody bigger than you telling you at 10 o'clock in the morning, when the bell rang, I'm kicking your ass. You know how hard it is to learn from 10 to 3, knowing that he gonna beat the out of you in the playground? They didn't have to do none of that, so it's gonna be hard. I'm glad you got your life mapped out like that. It's not going to go that way. That's not how life is set up. Life is not set up for it to go just as you plan. It can eventually get there, but be prepared for a whole lot of setbacks.
Stand by, here we go.
You're not gonna get married right when you want to. Your kids, the only thing you got right is your kids are gonna be because they do, you know, they're gonna do some things that you raised them not to do when they're old enough to make decisions. Just like I was raised to do a certain way, when I got old enough, I made other decisions that my parents didn't raise me to make. It's gonna happen. That's the only thing you got right in that. You'll go to law school, you'll finish, you'll pass the bar. That'll probably happen. Might have to take that test a couple times, but you'll eventually become a lawyer. You're gonna meet the girl of your dreams. And then there's a possibility that that dream was actually a nightmare. I got the call one morning at 2:30. My brother died. I had to go to work. I was on the air at 6 a.m. You know, show business is a tough business because I have the same life you have. You know, because you're famous doesn't preclude you from life. You know, I have some rough ass mornings, man. But I have to wake up and be a morning man. Let me see what got. I'm gonna tell you this fast story, right? When I was young, I got laid off from Ford Motor Company. I used to sell Amway products. And I had this distributor named John Walker from Rochester, New York. And, you know, I was young. I was 20, 21 years old. And I used to just sleep, man. And every morning, this distributor would call me at 5:30 every morning. And the phone would go, bring. I said, hello. Hey, Steve, John Walker, how you doing, man? Have a great day, man. This is gonna be a great day. Click, and he hang up. The next morning, 5:30, bring, hello. Hey, Steve, John Walker, how you doing, man? Gonna be a great day, man. Have the best day of your life today. Click. Every day for 2 weeks straight at 5:30 without fail, he called me. I was furious, man. And then after a while, I said, it, I ain't gonna be mad. I'll just answer the phone. Hello. Hey, Steve, John Walker, how you doing, man? Gonna be a great day. Had the greatest day of your life. Click. And he hang up the phone. I said, man, what the is wrong with this guy? The next morning, I picked up the phone. I said, hello. He said, hey, man, why do you answer the phone like that? I said, what you mean? He said, why do you answer the phone like that every single morning? I said, because I'm asleep. He said, hey, man, let me ask you something. Are you where you want to be in life? I said, well, no, not yet. He said, you're going to get there asleep? You're going to get there not being glad to wake up in the morning? He said, man, I'm really disappointed in you. I thought you were better than that. Click, and he hung up. Let me tell you something. That day, I was so mad, man. Because here's another man who thought more of me than I thought of myself. He saw more in me than I saw. Oh man, I was up that whole day. Little did I know that there was a plan for me. And after that time, I transformed into a morning person. I wake up every morning. All of my employees will tell you. They get texts from me at 4, 4:30, 5:45, whenever I wake up. I text them all with things I think, because I wake up to pray and meditate every morning. I became a morning person. Today, since the year 2000, 21 years to this day, I have been the #1 morning drive radio personality of adult contemporary radio in the United States. No one has a larger radio listening audience for adult contemporary than Steve Harvey. I talk to 9.5 million people every morning on 112 radio stations because I learned to become a morning person. God saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and he sent this guy named John Walker to bring it out of me. And do you know, every morning that's how I wake up? Go cut your radio on at 5 in the morning if you're in Central, or 6 a.m. here. Find Steve Harvey Morning Show on the iHeartRadio app. Watch how I start that show. For the first 12 minutes of every show, I give honor to God for 12 straight minutes. Oh, the radio station had a big problem with that. You got to start playing music. You can't talk about God for 12 minutes. I said, no, you don't understand. I made a promise. When I was homeless, I told God, if you let me make it, when I get there, I'm going to tell everybody it was you. So he let me make it. So for 12 minutes, I tell everybody it's him. They can't stop me. They can't do nothing about it. But when you put him first, though, you ain't got to be a perfect Christian, because I ain't. But if you put him first, though, he'll take you places you ain't never thought you could go. It changed my whole life because of that. That's a true story.